Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. This is Dream Another Day Tarot, and this is going to be reading for whoever needs to hear it. All right, y'all, what's going on? Ooh, immediately 3 cards coming out. Interesting. We have the Devil in reverse. Okay, so this is overcoming your obstacles. This is about overcoming, I just heard desire and demons. So, I mean, literally fighting your demons and winning. So this is really about overcoming addiction, toxic thought patterns. This could be toxic relationship patterns. Whatever it is, you're overcoming it is what I'm getting here. You also have the 6 of Swords, which is about moving to calmer waters, leaving behind, ruckus is what I'm hearing, moving on to something more peaceful. So this is good. You're moving on. And it's funny, look at the cape on the back of this person's, or like the swords on the back of this person's cape. And they've got this, this person, usually in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the 6 of Swords shows somebody taking a family to safe passage, like a mother and a child. So this could be something coming in kind of as like your hero in a way with the cape, helping you move on to calmer waters. And then we have the 3 of Swords. Okay, so something has broken your heart or really betrayed you in some way. And I feel like it may break your heart actually to leave whatever this is behind. This could be family members, I'm hearing. This could be toxic family patterns or dynamics. Maybe even like your past, like leaving your past behind. Also, there's this sense of heartache. There could be heartache associated with also whatever this is, because check this out. So like you see this person, this younger person is like looking over at the 3 of Swords as they're leaving and fighting their demons and winning. And they're like looking back on this. So this heartache could also just be the past energy that you're moving on from. So I'm gonna pull right off the top of the deck. 7 of Wands in reverse, lack of boundaries, okay? Having a lack of healthy boundaries, a lack of self-love. I'm also getting with the Ace of Cups in reverse. Wow, just really not loving yourself enough, I'm getting in the past. 10 of Wands in reverse, dropping the burden. I really feel like there's something about it's really funny because I'm actually getting like a little bit of this nostalgic feeling of like, when you were younger, like a teenager, let's say, and like, I don't know, depending on like who you are, I guess, but I think for most teenagers, like there's this awkwardness and this vulnerability of like just trying to figure out who you are or like figure life out. And like, kind of like, it's like walking on stage and like you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach and you're like really nervous. Like if any of you can relate to that vulnerability, that like insecurity almost is what it's coming through as. There's like this shaky ground of insecurity that I feel like you're moving on from. And again, this could be the past. This could be a past dynamic. Maybe when you get around your family, it like you regress or something and you're like, ew, like I don't like how this makes me feel. Like I feel like people aren't giving me the space to grow or like aren't seeing me clearly for who I am now. And maybe they're wanting to like latch on to this insecure part of me in order to exploit it maybe. Ooh, honey. Okie doke. So okie dokie, we've got the Queen of Swords. So that coming out with the Hermit in reverse, to me, that's about you coming out of hiding in a way. Or like if you've taken time to yourself to work through this toxicity, whatever it is, and trying to move into this like calmer way of life, a calmer way of existing, a happier way of existing too, but mostly a more confident way of moving through the world. It's like you're leaving this Hermit energy behind and you're stepping into this Queen of Swords energy. Okay, very discerning, very confident, very intelligent, very quick-witted, okay, very capable. The Queen of Swords is very much like you don't get to fuck with me. That's the energy. You don't fuck with me. You just don't. It's giving like I'm not who I used to be. I'm not who I once was, right? Maybe when you like last saw me, right? I'm not where you left me. That's basically it. I'm not where you left me. I'm not where I once was or where I was when we last spoke or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. It's giving that. It's giving like, I don't care anymore. Or like, I know now what my vulnerabilities are. That in the past, my vulnerability was a lack of self-love. And that's what allowed situations that broke my heart to occur, you know, is because of me, right? So with this Hermit in reverse and the Devil in reverse, it's like you went through the dark night of the soul, a lot of people will call it, but it's basically facing your shadow, facing your demons, facing what it is within you that you do have control over to change. This could be healing from trauma. It could be a lot of things, but it's almost like you found the wisdom and the clarity and the strength within you. 9 of Wands. You are nearing the end of this journey, the end of this difficult chapter. I can see here that you've clearly been through a lot, or it could be just one big event that happened. It just depends for each person. But the 9 of Wands is somebody who is like been wounded in battle, has been through a long, dark, difficult time, but is still standing. Okay? The 9 of Wands is still standing. And then the 10 of Wands comes next. Okay? And then the cycle completes, right? So basically that's where you're at, is you're now like, hey, look, like I have been through it already and I'm not going through it again. I'm not going through it again. And the way that you, yo, I can't make this shit up. This is why I love tarot. Look, the Strength card. You cannot make this shit up because you cannot, I just heard you cannot be broken. You cannot be bought. You cannot be tricked out of your place. You cannot be manipulated. You can't be gaslit. It's like, it's giving you, you not only battled your own demons and won, you have battled other people's demons and won. It's like the crap that other people try to put on you, their own projections, their own insecurity, exploiting your vulnerability for their own gain, whatever it was that occurred here, okay? It's like you wrestled with the trauma of those experiences, or just with the discomfort, the uncertainty, the unfairness, whatever has occurred. And you are coming out on top as the Queen of Swords, baby, okay? You're like a diamond. That's what I'm hearing. You were like an ice queen. Like, you've mastered yourself. And you've also mastered other people's bullshit. It's almost like kung fu or something. Like, you're like, I will fight you. Look, the 4 of Wands. So this is also creating this space in your life for true connection. And this can be friendship. This can be marriage. This can be a lot of things. But it's like you have slayed, baby. You've slayed. You should be very proud of yourself. I think there's those of you out there who may see this in yourself as like a coldness almost, like this strength that you have now. You're very discerning and you're quick to cut a motherfucker off. You're real quick. And this may have been a burden in the past where like the pendulum swung, right? Where you start off really vulnerable, really loving, really pathetic is what I'm hearing, which don't feel bad about that, please, or don't take it the wrong way. I just mean like desperate, right? For love, you know, connection, whatever. People saw that desperation in you and they sniffed it out like a shark. And they were like, oh yeah? Okay. Use you for whatever I can get out of you. And that broke your heart. So then the pendulum swung all the way into this hermit energy where you're just like, I don't want anyone around me. I could give a fuck less. Stay the fuck away from me. Everybody sucks. Okay? Happens to the best of us, right? But now this pendulum, it's like this pendulum has come to the center. And now it's like, you're solid. You're rock solid. Rock hard. You're solid. Like a diamond. You have been like Look at that. Nine of Pentacles. So independent. So sexy. So beautiful. All on your own, honey. You're so independent. And then you have the Knight of Swords. This could be, I'm getting somebody trying to ride in and speak their truth, apologize, tell you about yourself. Like, oh, what happened between us was because you da-da-da-da-da-da. And why are you calling me? And why are you in my fucking inbox? Like, why are we talking then if I'm such a problem? Because guilt is a heavy burden to carry when you fuck with people, if you have a conscience. But some people could be wanting to ride in. Look at this. Ace of Pentacles. Dude, I knew this was going to be, like, I just knew that this reading was going to hold significance. I don't know why. You know, I will say that, like, I feel like every reading holds some level of significance, but sometimes you just know, like, when the energy is, like, potent or it's, like, high and you're like, oh, something wants to come through. I feel like, and this is also drawing my energy back to the Six of Swords, this individual who's taking you to this calmer waters. This could be you taking your inner child to calmer waters, honey. It doesn't have to be a savior of some kind, okay? This could just be an energetic thing. But I'm getting, you're about to have like a huge offer come in, or something really, really significant and positive, something that's gonna change your stability. It's gonna change your world. And all of this stuff that you've gone through, it's almost like it has paved the way. It has paved the way to your golden opportunity. And there's something about this chiseling that I'm getting and this purifying and refining. And it's literally like a diamond under pressure. I feel like you have been through so much. It's almost like, you know, a storm or something. And it's like all that rain and all that wind, it just made you a stronger tree. You know what I mean? It made you a stronger individual, and you're more dynamic. You're a quick thinker. You're very discerning. You know what people are capable of, and you know what you're capable of. And that's the biggest outcome. That's the best outcome that you could hope for going through some type of dark night of the soul, storm situation, trauma, whatever. Literally, that you're going to inspire people. I think you may already inspire people. People might be afraid of you. I'm kidding. Because of this exterior, what you're capable of. They know you're capable of it. Of cutting them off, of cutting them out, of turning your back, walking away. You're very capable of walking your own path. And people know that. And so if people see value in you, then they know they have to come correct, you know? And they can't play in your face, and they can't do any weird BS. And hopefully anybody who's coming around you these days, they're not going to be like that, like the people in your past. But people like that still exist. They're around, you know? So you just got to be aware. And I don't even think I have to tell you that. You're coming out as very aware of people's bullshit and knowing how close to let people in until you peep the scene and you get a vibe, and then you're like, okay, you know, like, this is as far as you go. You know what I mean? Or people continuously show up and are consistent, and they pass your little tests basically, and you're like, okay, I know I can trust you. It's, you know, we've had enough rapport building where I can trust you, and I'll let you in a little bit more. You know what I mean? And so you know how to build those relationships. You know how that works. And in the past, maybe you didn't, and you didn't let people earn it. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like your stability was really affected by that vulnerability, you know, and by letting people in too fast, okay? And I feel like that's no way to build a relationship, whether it's friendship or not. Look, you've got the Death card in reverse. You're letting go. Like, this is the end of an era, okay? I'll put it that way. This is the end of an era for you. All of this hardship, whew, end of an era. You are coming into your Ace of Pentacles era, okay? This is winning, completion, accomplishment, rising to the occasion. Look, even the Queen of Swords has a book underneath her elbow. Do you see that? She's resting her arm on a book. Some of you could be like completing your schooling. Some of you could be earning a certificate or a degree. Some of you may be like highly focused in academia, or even just learning a new skill, okay? Honing your skills, like where you're just like masterful at what you do. And it's beautiful. It's like you're just like, I know who I am, and I know what I've been through because of trusting the wrong people. And I know now that everything that I was put through, I chose to make that my come up. You know what I mean? Like, or like so not everything that happens to you is for your highest good. You chose to turn it into gold. Like, you chose to forge yourself a diamond when you could have let it break you, but you didn't. So don't you give these people credit who fucked with you and put you through this nonsense, because people could just as easily build you up and put you in this place of this position of inner peace and power by giving you good things. Okay? So you give yourself all the credit, honey. If you fought and literally pushed through all this nonsense, you do not give those people credit for your outcome. Okay? Give yourself the credit. That's just, I just want to say that. So I'm going to pull one more card from this deck. Ace of Wands. I knew it. It's like, I swear to God, tarot's amazing. Okay? I knew it. This Ace of Wands is your brand new beginning. Look at this phoenix, you know? It's like you are rising from the ashes from within. And it's like you are so powerful, so blessed, so lucky. I'm hearing you're so capable. And this is all because of you. Like, this is the decision that you made over and over again. Every single day, you chose to keep fighting, and you chose to keep showing up, and you chose to keep loving yourself. And it is showing, honey. It is showing, okay? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to behold. Anyone who gets the opportunity to be around you and to, you know, love you and be in your vicinity and be loved by you, it is lucky, you know? And like, the pain and heartache is just, yeah, it's no fun. Nobody deserves that. No one has to go through that, okay? We could build each other up instead. So, sorry, I just feel like this deck's got a lot of energy in it. Okay. I feel like this deck is really mixed around too with the, like, a lot of, every split in the deck is a reversal, even when I switch it like this way. You know what I'm saying? I might not take reversals from this deck just for the purpose of this reading. Okay. So, what else do we need to know? That was a beautiful reading. I mean, I genuinely feel like it's just a new beginning energy. New beginning energy. And we go through this over and over again, right? So, like, if you're into tarot and like you watch readings online and stuff, you may encounter this type of language like pretty often, where people will say like, you're on the edge of a new beginning, or you're like, you're in this transformation, da da da. Like, there are phases to this, right? So I feel like the phase that you're in now of this chapter of your journey is truly like you are in the new beginning, right? Like, I want to just like clarify this. Like, you have stepped through the door, okay? Anybody who needs to hear that, I just feel like I need to say that. You have already stepped through the door. Like, you're in this new beginning now, and good things are just going to keep coming towards you. And anything else that comes towards you that is not for you, you will know, and you will set your boundaries, okay? Every time you move forward in life, you will encounter the next step, the next phase, the next chapter, the next page in your book, whatever. And as you encounter and you just experience life, you know, we have the seasons, we have weeks, months, years, you know, like, we have phases and cycles, and so the wheel just keeps turning up and down, right? You're gonna go through those down times. But the beauty of you, okay, and this is for anybody who this reading is for, okay? The beauty of you is that you persevere through your downturns, right? It's like if you get sick, you just have to take care of yourself and get better, you know? It's just like if you hit a snag or something happens unexpected, you know, you having the strength to know that these things are going to happen and it doesn't reflect on your self-worth, especially when it comes to money or anything else, relationships. If something doesn't work out, like, I'm telling you, you have the strength and perseverance to recognize that this is just an experience that you're now stepping through. This is just a process, right? Like, we all have to go through the process of aging, for example, right? It's just a part of the process of living. It's a part of the process of dying, you know? Like, I don't know. It is scary. And I think that, you know, we all have to at some point come to terms with the way that life works. And I think part of that is recognizing like, oh, this is just another phase. Like, this upturn, I'm going to enjoy it. You know, and I'm going to lean into it, and I'm going to be wise, and I'm not going to sabotage myself because, you know, like, for some of you out there with the devil, okay, I'm just going to put this deck down because I'm just getting messages coming through without the cards. With this devil card though, it's like for some of you, when you're feeling up, you may like to party a little bit, okay? You may like to go out and have some little drinkies. You may like to, you know, and you should probably just be aware that when you're in this upturn and money is coming in and like the vibe is high, you may try and you may start to fall back into those old patterns where you're like, oh, you know, like I just want to have fun, you know. But it's like you've learned that balance is everything, and you can have fun, but not at the expense of your studies, not at the expense of your job, how you make your money, not at the expense of your important relationships, not at the expense of your basic household chores, like the things you need to do to keep your life moving and keep your life flowing. You recognize that these old patterns of like becoming obsessive in a relationship, wanting to, for some of y'all, do some little druggies and have a little fun. Okay, you got to be careful because you have learned what that looks like when things are not in balance, is all I'm going to say. And you know that when the vibe is high, you may get those same little inklings and pulls to, you know, participate, okay? But you got to stay strong, be wise, okay? Find your balance, do things the right way. Don't be too impulsive, you know what I mean? Like, seriously, I don't know, I'm getting for some of y'all, like, use your fentanyl test strips, honey, okay? Carry your Narcan. Like, if you're going to be out there partying like that, you know, it's okay. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, please, please, please be safe, because you never know what's out there these days. Like, drugs aren't like they used to be. Okay, that's all I'll say. And, you know, it's like, I just feel like you are overcoming. You have overcome. I just don't think you have to worry about any of this stuff really anymore. Like, oh, 4 of Cups. Don't be bored. The reading's over. Hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, love y'all. Seriously, like, just enjoy this change. Enjoy this opportunity. Enjoy living. I don't know. Just be happy. Enjoy it. Embrace it. But yeah, I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. Bye.